Morning, it's day 71 of my journey on meds, and it's been about 2.5 hours since I took my meds this morning, and I'm feeling really good. Actually, it's not bad at all today. I got some extra sleep last night because I must have needed it. I woke up about 8 o'clock, something like that, so I feel a lot better than I have done over the past day or so. And there are people out there with struggles that no one knows about because people don't feel as though they can open up because they feel like the world's going to judge them for it. Which is wrong, really, because whatever is happening to someone in terms of their mental health, depression, anxiety, whatever, could just as easily happen to you. It only takes one thing to adversely affect your mental health, only one event in your life, only one situation. So we need to start being more understanding about mental health problems and not just brushing them under the carpet. And as I've said before, I've been championing this cause for men in particular because although, as I've mentioned before, although depression and anxiety is more common in women, where depression's concerned, it's actually the men that are killing themselves because of it. Because as I've mentioned before, men are constantly being expected to be strong and brave and all this, the classic sort of hunter-gatherer type. But these days, we live in a world where men are actually pretty much redundant. And I think that's where a lot of the insecurity in men comes from. Because we don't know what we're supposed to do anymore, in the sense that all the roles that we used to fulfill can now be fulfilled in other ways. You don't even need a man to get pregnant these days. You just go to a sperm bank and get impregnated, So that's my sort of theory as to why depression in men is on the rise, because we don't know where to go. We don't know where to turn to. And I know some kind of feminist groups out there might think, well, it's just desserts for what men did to women for hundreds of thousands of years. Yeah, okay, I get that, but not all men are the same. There's a tendency with these kind of subjects to tar everyone with the same brush, and I'm sorry, but men are not all the same. We're not. We're not all pot-bellied, beer-swigging, football-loving louts, a lot of us are quite decent, actually. A lot of us are decent people. So try seeing us for what we are instead of what you perceive us to be, and then you might actually be pleasantly surprised. It is time for men to talk more about their problems. They need to do it, and they need to do it now. Because there are young and middle-aged men out there who are dying needlessly because they don't feel like they've got anywhere to turn. And I'm sorry, but it has to stop. Somebody in a documentary about this that I watched a couple of weeks ago was saying that if a woman was to come into work one day, she's got her head on the desk, she's face down on the desk with her head in her hands, crying, crying her eyes out. The instant sort of gut reaction would be to rally round her. If, on the other hand, a man was to come into work in the morning and be sobbing his heart out with his head in his hands on, face down on the desk, he'd probably be met with, laughter and ridicule and humiliation. Oh, you're supposed to be a man, get over it. All this kind of stuff. Pull yourself together. I am sick to death of hearing about things like that. Just because you're not completely stoic and have a stiff upper lip all the time, it doesn't mean you're not strong. Many people are strong, actually. Many people are a lot stronger than they give themselves credit for, because this fucking arsehole society tries to tell people what they can and can't be. You can't do this, you've got to do that. You can't do this, you've got to do that. Who the hell are they to write the rules about how you can deal with things? It's up to you how you deal with things. And just because you deal with things one way, it doesn't mean that your way is wrong. It's just the right way to deal with things for you. Everybody has a different coping mechanism for things. And as such, things are good. When you can open up, and when you can feel like you're no longer ashamed of what you're carrying emotionally, then it's good. What people don't realise is that when you open up about certain things that you're facing, certain struggles that you're going through, you could actually be helping a lot of other people in the process, not just yourself. That's the thing that people forget, because there might be other people out there who might be scared to death of opening up, because they don't know how to, they don't know how they're going to be received. But if you really, really think about it, you'll see that you're not alone, and that it is a sign of strength to do so. So come on guys, let's beat this stigma, yeah? For all the men out there, let's beat it. Catch you later.